So last month I went to France and I transited through Portugal. And when I arrived for passport controls, there was a huge line. And the reason was because they were controlling all the papers necessary to go through particular countries. So I was prepared. I had printed all my documents ahead of time that I needed. And it's a good thing I did, because when I arrived to the booth, it turns out the person was not speaking English and I was not speaking Portuguese, so we couldn't understand each other. So I decided to put all the documents in front of him and told him to pick whatever he needed. And it's a good thing I did. In no time, I was cleared.
So Pierre just came back from a 3-week stay in France, and we thought now would be a great time to go over some strategies to help you for international travel. Hi, I'm Pascal Bernas with French Wine Explorers, and we help wine lovers become connoisseurs with our online courses and immersive wine tours in France. One of the first things you want to consider when planning a trip abroad for your international flight is try and get a direct flight. Once you have a connecting flight, it really increases the potential for problems. For example, Pierre had a connecting flight through Portugal to get to Paris, and unfortunately his connecting flight was delayed 5 hours. So then he had to spend 5 hours in the airport, which, as you can imagine, caused problems for the rest of his day. Another really important thing to consider is to print out all of your documents. Now, I know what you're thinking, that's counterintuitive now that we have phones with apps. But here's the problem. You have to toggle between apps to get your airline boarding pass, your vaccination or PCR negative test, and any other things that you may be traveling with. So you can still do that, but also print out copies of all of these documents so that you have them. A couple of other things you want to think about printing out. Print out a copy of your passport and bring it with you. In case you lose your passport, you've got some documentation to start with. Also, print out or forward your itinerary to a friend or family member. That way, if there are any problems, somebody knows where you are on what day. Here's another thing to consider for international flights. You may want to bring a pashmina or a travel blanket. First of all, it helps you stay warm while you're flying. Second of all, you may find it useful while you're in the airport. Have you ever arrived in an international airport at 6 in the morning only to find that you have to wait 3 hours in customs and passport control? Well, one of the things we've been doing for the past 4 or 5 years is a VIP meet and greet, and this is a game changer. A VIP meet and greet is someone who meets you as you exit the plane, whisks you away, takes you to a dedicated line that usually has no one there for passport and customs control, then takes you to baggage to help you find your baggage, then helps you with either finding your connecting flight, your train, or your driver. And this is well worth the investment and can really make a difference between a ho-hum trip and a great trip. Last, but certainly not least, and this may be the toughest thing for anyone to do, is to travel with only a carry-on regardless how long your trip is. Now I know, that sounds daunting. So we have a video dedicated on the top secrets for traveling with just a carry-on, and we'll put the link below. Let's recap. International travel can still be fun and enjoyable with just a little bit of preparation on your side. So remember these top strategies for international travel. First, try and get a direct-only flight, no connections. Second, print out all of your documents and carry them with you, including your passport. Bring a pashmina or travel blanket with you. Have a VIP meet and greet upon arrival, and travel with only a carry-on. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below. In the meantime, I say cheers and travel well.